अगर हम बात करते हैं अर्थराइटिस की तो नी अर्थराइटिस सबसे ज़्यादा कॉमन है। लेकिन अगर हम बात करते हैं हमारे नी जॉइंट की तो उसको ठीक रखना बहुत ही ज़्यादा इम्पॉर्टेंट होता है, क्योंकि वो एक ऐसा जॉइंट है जिस पे हमारे पूरे बॉडी का वजन रहता है। तो उसको पूरी तरह से अच्छा रखना हमारे लिए बहुत ज़्यादा इम्पॉर्टेंट हो जाता है। तो अगर आपको कोई पेन्स रहते हैं नीज़ में या नी अर्थराइटिस है तो आप कुछ होम रेमेडीज अप्लाई कर सकते हैं, जिसके बारे में हम इस वीडियो में बात करेंगे। सबसे पहले बात करते हैं जिंजर की। तो जिंजर एंटी इन्फ्लामेटरी गुणों के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा जाना जाता है। आयुर्वेद में इसका इस्तेमाल किया जाता है, इवन हमारे घरों में भी इसका इस्तेमाल किया जाता है। यदि आप जिंजर को अपनी डाइट में इस्तेमाल करते हैं तो आपको एंटी इन्फ्लामेटरी गुण प्राप्त होते हैं, जो आपके इन्फ्लेमेशन को रिड्यूस करने में हेल्प करता है। यू कैन यूज जिंजर टी, just grind a little bit of fresh ginger and have a tea. You can sip this tea in the evening, in the morning as well. You can also use turmeric in your diet. Turmeric has a compound known as curcumin, which has anti-inflammatory and antibacterial properties. तो ये जो टर्मरिक होता है वो अपनी डाइट में हमें इस्तेमाल करना चाहिए। स्पेशली इट इज़ वेरी गुड फॉर योर जॉइंट्स। आप इसको दूध के साथ ले सकते हैं। यू कैन हैव 1 warm glass of milk added with turmeric powder, 1 spoon of turmeric powder with a pinch of black pepper. So you can use this in your diet daily. And after that you can also use some powders like turmeric powder. You can use dry ginger powder. You can use 1 teaspoon of ashwagandha powder and mix all these things and boil in a water and just strain and drink this water daily up to 7 to 15 days and you will see a magic. After that there are several massages also, and you can use some medicated oils as well. You can use nirgundi oil, you can use harshringar oil, and you can use even the kadas of harshringar as well, and you can make a paste of some these herbs as well. After that there are certain exercises also. You can do some yoga postures at home. You can use hot and cold therapies as well. Compress over your particular knee or over the area where you are having pain just for 5 minutes and alternately apply hot and cold treatment. After that the good posture is very important. You can use a diet which is rich in vitamin C, vitamin D, calcium, magnesium and antioxidants, anti-inflammatory diet which will help to recover your cartilage and your muscles and helps to strengthen your knee muscles. इसके बाद आप मस्टर्ड सीड्स का पैक भी लगा सकते हैं। आपके पास यदि मस्टर्ड सीड्स हैं ब्लैक वाले या फिर येलो वाले, उसको आप ग्राइंड करके फाइन पाउडर बना लीजिए उसका, और उसको एक थिक पेस्ट में या फिर नॉर्मल पेस्ट भी बना सकते हैं। आप उसको ओवरनाइट भी रख सकते हैं सोक करके वाटर में एंड देन ग्राइंड इट और मेक अ पेस्ट, और आपको फ्रेश भी बना सकते हैं उसको। जस्ट अप्लाई अ थिन लेयर और उसके बाद में आप उसको प्लास्टिक रैप से कम्प्लीटली रैप कर दीजिए और उसको 10 to 15 मिनट्स के लिए होल्ड कीजिए। लेकिन याद रखिए इन सभी रेमेडीज़ को अप्लाई करने से पहले एक बार पैच टेस्ट जरूर कर लीजिए, और ये भी देखिए कि इन सभी चीज़ों से आपको एलर्जी तो नहीं है या फिर आपको कोई दिक्कत तो नहीं हो रही है। तो इसके लिए हमेशा याद रखिए कि आप अपने डॉक्टर से कंसल्ट कर लीजिए कि आपके लिए क्या चीज़ बेटर है और कौन सी चीज़ आप कर सकते हैं। थैंक यू।
Namaskar. In this video, we will guide you through gentle yoga poses to help relieve knee arthritis pain and improve mobility. So let's get started with our first asana, that is Tadasana. For that, stand tall with your feet together, arms by your side. Engage your leg muscles and lift your kneecaps, creating a length in the legs. Press your feet into the ground or lengthen your spine upwards. Then extend your arms overhead, keeping your palms facing each other or catch your both the fingers. Focus on breathing deeply and hold the position for 30 to 60 seconds. It helps to improve posture, reducing unnecessary strains on the knees, strengthens the legs, particularly the quadriceps, which supports the knee joint, enhance body awareness and balance, helping you maintain a proper knee alignment during daily activities. To release the position, exhale and bring your arms back to your sides. Now we will be doing Bandha Kona Asana. For that you have to sit on the floor with your legs extended in front of you. Bring the soles of your feet together, bending your knees out to the sides. Hold your feet with your hands, gently pressing your elbows into your thighs to deepen the stretch. Keep your spine tall and your chest open. If possible, gently press your knees towards the floor but avoid forcing them down. Hold for 30 seconds to 1 minute, breathing deeply, then slowly release the pose. It helps to open the hips, stretches the groin, and gently stretches the knees, improves flexibility in the inner thighs and reduce tension around the knee joint, promotes better circulation in the lower body, which helps to ease knee discomfort. We will be doing Ekpad Angustasana. Start by lying on your back on a yoga mat, keeping your body relaxed and your legs extended straight. As you inhale, gently lift your right leg off the mat, keeping it straight. Use your hands to hold the big toe of your right foot. You may also need a yoga belt or strap if you can't reach your toe. While holding the big toe, try to straighten the leg further towards the ceiling. Stay in this position for 20 to 30 seconds, breathing deeply and steadily. Slowly lower your right leg back to the mat, then repeat the same process with the left leg. It strengthens and stretches the legs, particularly the hamstrings and calves, which supports the knee, improves balance, coordination and stability in the knee joint. Now we will be doing Janu Chakrasana. For that, sit on the floor with your legs extended straight in front of you. Bend your right knee and bring your right foot to the inside of your left thigh and grab your right thigh with your both hands. Inhale and lengthen your spine, then exhale and you slowly rotate your right knee in circular motion. Perform 5 to 10 circles in one direction, then switch to perform circles in the opposite direction. Repeat on the other side, ensuring the knee movement is controlled and painless. It improves knee joint mobility by gently rotating the knees. It stretches and strengthens the muscles around the knees, reducing stiffness and discomfort. Enhances flexibility in the hip joint, helping to relieve tension in the lower body. Now we will be doing Janu Shakti Vikasak Kriya. For that, sit in a comfortable seated position with your legs extended straight in front of you. Bend your right knee and your right foot closer to your left thigh. Place the foot flat on the ground and grab your right thigh with your both hands. Inhale and lengthen your spine, then exhale and slowly extend right knee straight and then bring back to the ground. Perform 5 to 10 repetitions with one leg, then switch to perform with another. Perform the movement for 1 to 2 minutes in each direction, focusing on gentle motion. It stretches the knee joint, stimulates circulation, reducing stiffness and pain in the knee. It also helps in increased flexibility in the hamstrings and inner thighs, which can help relieve tension on the knees. We will be doing Pad Utthana Asana. For that, lie on your back and then with inhalation slowly raise your both legs, making a 90-degree angle. You can also lift one leg at a time and hold this position for 10 to 15 breaths. Also, you can move your legs downwards and upwards from your knees to increase the mobility of your knee joint muscles. During this posture, breathe normally. After holding the leg up for few breaths, gently lower it back to the mat and repeat the process with another leg, depending on your comfort level. It improves flexibility in the hamstrings and calves, reducing stiffness around the knees, strengthens the legs and promotes better knee stability.
Namaskar. Today we are going to talk about the Ayurveda understanding of osteoarthritis and its effective management through Ayurveda Panchkarma treatment. In Ayurveda, osteoarthritis is known as Sandhigat Vata or Sandhivata. If Sandhivata occurs in knee joints, it is known as Janu Sandhigat Vata. Osteoarthritis or Sandhivata is found to afflict the joints, majorly the knee joints and the joints of neck and spine. Osteoarthritis or Sandhigat Vata is a disease condition in which morbid dosha, Vata dosha, is located in the joints and gets vitiated by the Vata aggravating food and lifestyle. Nowadays, I can say that every home has a case of osteoarthritis, and it would not be an exaggeration because the rise of disease is due to the wholesome food habits and lifestyle. Osteoarthritis is caused by the wear and tear of protective cartilage that is on the end of bones over the period of time, and osteoarthritis can damage any joint of the body, and osteoarthritis is mainly caused by the breakdown of the cartilage and the underlying bone. Osteoarthritis is mainly caused in the transition period, which is the middle age and the old age, and osteoarthritis is most common in the women who are progressing towards the menopause and who have already set into it. Next is heredity, which include the gene mutations and also the inherited abnormalities in the shape of bones, and other is repetitive injuries or the athletes which are soccer players or tennis players that also carry a risk of developing OA, and other illnesses like RA and the iron overload, metabolic disorders and the excessive growth hormone. These people also carry a risk of developing OA. Signs and symptoms of osteoarthritis or Sandhigata Vata. First is shul. Shul means pain, and second is atop. Atop means the sound which is produced when the joints rub against each other, that is known as crepitus. And third is Vatpurna Driti Sparsha, the sound which resembles when we rub against the air-filled balloon or a air-filled container. It is known as Vatpurna Driti Sparsha. And the third is Stambha. Stambha is stiffness. And fourth is Shoth. Shoth means swelling. And fifth is Akunchan Prasarnyo Pravriti Savedana. That means the painful movement of the joints, including the extension and flexion. Treatment according to Ayurveda for osteoarthritis or Sandhigat Vata. First is Bahya Chikitsa, that includes the oleation, that includes Abhyanga. Sarvang Abhyanga is done by the various medicated oils which are having analgesic and anti-inflammatory properties like Murivena Telam, Dhanvantram Telam, Mahanarayan Telam, Karpasasradi Telam or Saicharaadi Telam. In Bahya Chikitsa, the second one is Swedana. Swedana is the sedation therapies which includes Elakedi or Patrapind Swedan, which is formed by the various medicinal leaves which are having anti-inflammatory or analgesic properties. And second is Churnapind Swedan or Kodikedi, which is made by the various churnas such as Kotam Chukadi Churna, Elum Nishadi Churna, which are having anti-inflammatory or analgesic properties. And third is Bashpa Swedan, which is also made by the various medicinal herbs or leaves dipped in the water and to produce a steam through it. It is also indicated to do Swedana therapies like Janu Basti or Sandhi Pichu or Sandhi Lepa with various medicinal herbs and medicated oils. Third in Bahya Chikitsa is Udvartana, because mainly in obese patient the Janusandhigat Vata occurs, and Udvartana is very beneficial in reducing the weight of the patient. These Snehana and Swedana therapies, which are including in the Bahya Chikitsa, these helps in providing the strength to the muscles, bone, ligament and soft tissues, and also helps in decreasing the inflammation and also eases the movement of the joints. Now let's come to the Abhyantar Chikitsa. In Abhyantar Chikitsa, first is the Snehapana. We do with the various medicated oils or ghee, and it is in the increasing order. Snehapana is of three types, that is Shodhan Sneh, Shaman Sneh or Brihan Sneha. Basti Karma. Basti is of two types, that is Asthapan Basti and Anuvasan Basti. Asthapan Basti is mainly to eliminate the vitiated Vata dosha, and it is of various types like Eranmooladi Basti, Dashmool Kashayam Basti, Madhutelikam Basti, Mustadi Apan Basti, etc. And the second one is the Anuvasan Basti, which is done to nourish the bones and muscles. It is also done by the various medicated oils or ghee. After the Abhyantar Snehapana, we do the Shanshodhan Karma, that is by the two ways. One is Virechan Karma and second is the Basti Karma. Virechan Karma is the therapeutic purgation which is done to expel the vitiated Vata and Pitta dosha, and which are vitiated by the excessive Khara and Ruksha guna of Vata dosha. After the Sanshodhan Chikitsa, there comes the Shaman Chikitsa. In Shaman Chikitsa, we give the various herbal formulation which will help in balancing the Vata dosha, and also the Shaman Sneha. Shaman Sneha is a medicated ghee which will help in nourishing the bones and also stops the further progression of the degeneration. Now, what is the Pathya and Apathya, Ahara and Vihar in osteoarthritis? That is diet and behavioral regimen or restrictions in osteoarthritis. Don't stay awake in night and don't suppress your natural urges, that will increase your Vata dosha. Don't stay in cold or damp environment, that will also increase your Vata dosha. Don't do the over physical exertion or lifting heavy weights, and maintain your weight to avoid the Sandhigat Vata. Avoid curd or amla rasa or dry foods which are ruksha in nature. Try to incorporate milk or cow's ghee in your diet and green leafy vegetables. Maintain a healthy lifestyle by including such exercises in your lifestyle which will increase the flexibility of your muscles and bones. Here in Vrindavan Ayurveda Chikitsalayam, you will get a combined benefit of a specialized Ayurveda treatment along with the physiotherapy that will help in improving the flexibility of your bones and muscles and also improve the quality life of the patient.
So today we discuss about physiotherapy management of knee osteoarthritis. Treatment is divided into two categories: electrotherapy and exercise therapy. Electrotherapy we give hot pack, ultrasound and TENS. Hot pack we give for muscle relaxation, TENS we give for peripheral pain, and ultrasound we give if there is any inflammation or swelling around the knee. And then we move on to exercise therapy. Exercise therapy we give isometric strengthening, concentric strengthening, and mobilize the knee joint. So first we give hot pack to the patient, then we start with our exercises. Exercises we start with isometric strengthening. First is isometric strengthening of quadriceps muscle. We take a towel roll like this and place the towel roll behind the knee of the patient and ask the patient to press the towel. Press. Hold it for 10 seconds and 5 reps. This is the strengthening of quadriceps muscles. Then we strengthen the hamstring muscles. For hamstring strengthening, we place the towel roll behind the press. 10-second hold, 5 reps. And then we strengthen the VMO muscle, that is vastus medialis obliquus. So now we strengthen the vastus medialis obliquus muscle. We ask the patient to bend both the knees and we place the towel between the knees. Press. 10-second hold, 5 reps. Relax. And then we do concentric strengthening as we have done earlier also. Ask the patient to lift the leg only 0 to 35 degrees. Hold. Ask the patient to hold this position for 10 seconds and 5 reps. 10 seconds. Now, knee mobilization. Then we move on to knee mobilization. In this we bend the knee. The patient bend the knees at this much angle only, and then we, to increase range of motion, we push the knee towards upwards. Hold it for 5 seconds, 10 reps. Now this is our last exercise for knee osteoarthritis. In this, we ask the patient to extend the knee. Extend to one by one. Hold it for 10 seconds, 5 reps. We call this exercise as dynamic quads. Again, 10 seconds, hold 5 reps.